We're here today because of Southern Day. Each year we have a Southern Day where we celebrate the many accomplishments of Southern University system, the only black college system in the world. So it's always good to bring family, friends, and alumni together to talk about what Southern is, what it's doing, and what it's going to continue to do.
We're here to basically highlight one of the greatest institutions in the country, Southern University, and its system. We're so excited about the uniqueness of our system, being the only African-American HBCU system in the nation, hosting 5 campuses, which is really important. We have a huge presence over the entire state, a campus in New Orleans, a campus in Shreveport, and of course our flagship campus here in Baton Rouge, and the Ag Center, and of course our Law Center. So we're here to just really highlight all of our campuses and ensure that people know that Southern University is here to stay.
There have been so many things that have come against the college, so many cuts and things that have just devastated the campus. So today is an opportunity for us to show people that in spite of all the things that have happened, we still have a lot of good things going on at Southern University.
We are here today just to say thanks to the representatives and the senators for keeping Southern in mind, and we also, appreciate what they are doing for us, because as you know, we realize that the money is a little tight. But we try to utilize all that we get, so we just want to say thanks to them.
It gives us an opportunity to come and interact with our legislators, those who are going to be voting on the budget that we will be able to use to continue our educational process at Southern University.
We are here at the Capitol in Baton Rouge to celebrate the Southern University system and to highlight what each campus has to offer the community here in Louisiana as well as around the world.
I'm really proud and privileged to be a part of it all because it helps us with exposure, and we have booths set up where persons are able to see exactly what we're doing there. And we invite you to come to that beautiful campus on the bluff. It's amazing. Bring your cameras and just enjoy it all.
We have a lot of alumni that serve in the legislature, and we advocate for the needs of Southern students and its system.
Well, Southern University System Foundation has a mission of supporting the Baton Rouge, all campuses throughout the system. Baton Rouge campus, Shreveport, Suno, support those campuses and their departments as well as the students that we serve. We're a fundraising organization, and that's what we do. And those funds that are raised go towards supporting those initiatives that we spoke about. We have a grant campaign where we raise money for the departments, for their needs, and for the instructors that they have, for things that they may use to instruct the students. We also have scholarships that we give to students on a regular basis, on an as-needed basis, as well as merit-based scholarships. We have a phrase in our office called True Blue, and so it's our work for a promising future. And every day we work towards that mission. And that's happening throughout the institution, throughout the system. Every day people are working very hard to help preserve that. That's why we're here today, to lend support to the system and to give information to help legislators make educated decisions about funding as it relates to the system as well.
We're responsible for raising dollars, reoccurring revenue for all of the system units, which goes from Shreveport to Baton Rouge to New Orleans, and also leveraging opportunities for strategic initiatives that the system has in place.
With all the different people involved in the university system, stakeholders, students, how can each group get involved?
At the Shreveport campus, we have a cabinet that's comprised of all the constituents at the university, and of course we engage very assertively with the community and with our alumni. But again, it is very important that everybody's on the same ship, so to speak, and we really engage in quite a bit in trying to bring everybody together, making sure that everybody is on the same page, if you will, and really trying to make sure that people have an appreciation of the degree to which we are a valued institution.
Southern University at Baton Rouge campus is an exciting campus. It's probably the campus that has the most student body, but we have great programs on our campus. One of the number one things, we graduate a lot of engineers, but we also happen to be the #1 school of nursing in the state of Louisiana 2 out of the last 3 years, and we have great programs with Our nursing program, as I was saying, had an undergrad, you get a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and you're registered nurse to master's. And you know, they're on the school right now in the state of Louisiana with a PhD in nursing. We have great programs and great students on our campus and great opportunities for students, not only in the state of Louisiana, but students from around the country and around the world. We have a great, you know, we have 512 acres of some of the most beautiful land right on the bluff of the Mississippi River that you'll ever see. So it's conducive not only for the education of our students, but it's just a great place to live. You know, when you spend as much time there as myself and other people on campus, you can just know what a great atmosphere it is. So it's conducive for students for their academic future.
Our campus is about 3,200 student body right now, primarily non-traditional. We have about 55% of our student body who are 25 and above. We are situated in East New Orleans. We were one of the most devastated campus in New Orleans after Katrina. So we've been struggling with our facilities since then.
We recognize that the Ag Center plays a critical role to the success of the citizens throughout Louisiana, and we're here trying to make certain that there's representation to know that if we are not in business, and that many of the citizens will be deprived of the services that they need to have rendered for them.
Southern University at New Orleans is one of the campuses within the system. We've been in existence since 1959. We have more than 15,000 of our alums. Unfortunately, our campus was heavily devastated by the Hurricane Katrina, and we're really rebounding from that. But some of the programs that we have are truly outstanding. One of the more recent programs that we have established on the campus is the Forensic Science program. We are in the process of working on a program for students to receive a doctorate in social work. We have a letter of intent from the Louisiana Board of Regents to establish that program. Our social work program has been one of our benchmark programs. In addition to that, we have programs within the College of Business, and the College of Business has been recently accredited by the AACSB Association. That is a highly prestigious accreditation. Not too many colleges of business receive that kind of accreditation. We have stellar programs also in the College of Education, which also is an accredited program, and it has received its affirmation for reaccreditation in 2008, and we're up for reaffirmation in 2015. And I mentioned that the social work program is one of our benchmark programs, and it has been accredited for a number of years. We recently, about 2 years ago, received reaffirmation of accreditation for that program. One of the other programs that's fairly new on the campus is the Health Information Management System. We've had that program for less than 2 years on the campus, and fortunately we have been accredited for that program. So all of the programs that need accreditation or need accrediting, if you will, have been accredited on our campus. So we're very proud of that.
One of the things that I think really defines the Southern University system is a unique program that we have. It's called the Sussler Connect program, and it's where Southern University at Shreveport is facilitating access points on the Baton Rouge and New Orleans campus. But in my view, that is a symptom of a system, and we are all very proud that we have worked together and worked in collaboration so that students who may not be eligible to attend Baton Rouge and New Orleans are in fact able to access those campuses through the Sussler Connect program.
How long has that program been in effect?
Well, we piloted it about a year ago, but about a year and a half ago. So we actually started it and unfolded in the fall of 2013. And right now we have attracted as many as 600 students to that program. But again, it's about Southern Shreveport, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans working together, and we working together as a system to provide those quality access points for our students.
In the College of Education, our students have to pass 2 practice examinations, which were standardized examinations. The first one admits them to the College of Education, and the second one is a test that they have to pass before they can start student teaching. and that certifies them to be highly qualified and certified to teach in Louisiana. So we've been working very hard. We've got all kinds of initiatives going to reinforce the things that we're doing to help them pass praxis. We're recruiting trying to recruit some students who have high ACT scores. If your ACT score is 22 or higher, then you don't have to take the praxis exam.
We have a series of programs. We're basically, as you know, we're in the process of renovating part of the building, but we do have a lot of programs where we go out into the fields and meet with the homemakers, the farmers, small businesses. It's just a conglomerate of things that we do in the Ag Center.
What are some things that make your program unique?
I think we offer hope to a lot of hopeless people. You know, when we go out in the field and we see people who are struggling, people who want to do but don't know how to do, we kind of enhance their living and make loans available, you know, if they qualify for them. And we just offer a whole lot of different programs, and I think that that's one of the reasons that we exist like we do, because we are offering services to the community, to all of the parishes.
We are right there in the community, Gentile, Pontilli region there. And personally, I got involved in community civic events. Our students are aggressively involved in trying to ensure that all the community activities they are part of. We also provide our facilities available for community use for their meetings. So we're really part of the community, and the community is part of us.
Of course, we are the nation's only historically black college and university system, which alone, that itself is significant. But we are a university system who has historically served underserved populations here in Louisiana, storied and rich legacy and history. So we're excited about this day and being celebrated and be able to bring our story here to the state capitol to share with other constituents here in Louisiana.
I would say, and I can move back until the 60s, they provided and gave us the opportunity to come to school. We couldn't go anywhere, okay? It was that you were black, you were a minority, so this is where you go. So as a result, we were able to come, we were able to get educated, come to school. Then we were able to reach out and impact the lives of others. Students can go anywhere now, but that foundation for all of us started at Southern University, and that has impacted our lives. And for that, we love it so dear, and we're going to do all that we can to keep it going.
Southern University took students who were underprepared and prepared them to compete with anybody anywhere in the world, and we're still doing that, except now we don't have as many because of the select admissions criteria and those things, but we still do the same job. We still have that same task. We have to prepare our students to compete worldwide.
Well, I think it's a historical system, and not only that, but it's here in the state of Louisiana, and there are many of our students that does not have the funding to go out of the state of Louisiana, and I think we have a responsibility to make sure that we are, as legislators, providing the greatest services that we can. And when we think about high ed, it is the #1 goal here in the state of Louisiana. In order for us to have our light shining through students, we must make sure that we are providing the tools and the resources that needs to be done in order to be effective.
What exactly makes the Southern system unique?
Well, I think the access, the number of individuals who have gone through the Southern system, the teaching, the excellence that occurs there, the love that folks have for the Southern University system that allows them to graduate and go on and do all kind of phenomenal things, keeping Southern first at heart, always making sure that whenever there's a rally cry, whenever Southern needs help, we always come running. And I think that's important, and you see that whether or not you talk about any of the 5 campuses, and whether or not you're talking about graduates here in the year 2014 or graduates 50 years ago, they all have that same feeling for the Southern system.
We have a system that involves very different institutions. The 2-year campus in Shreveport. We have a campus in New Orleans that's more of an urban and commuter campus. The flagship campus on Baton Rouge campus, the law school, the ag research. So I think it's a system that can offer anything and everything that a student would need, whatever their level of preparation.
It's unique in the sense that it's the only HBCU system in the country. So it gives us a chance to come together to talk about common interests, common challenges. And as far as Southern University at New Orleans is concerned, we have some unique academic programs that we put together since Katrina, such as forensic science, that is really very popular right now, and also health information management system, which is also very popular since New Orleans is now going to be some kind of health care corridor. So the demand for our graduates in those two programs have been very high.
I think Southern System is unique in the sense that the way it's organized is organized as a system that took extension and research and created an entity so that we could bring focus to the areas that most needed focus. It's unique because it's a comprehensive model that deals with kids from birth through death. And so we have some components that deal with the workforce development. Some people deal with the law, deal with higher education and comprehensive nature of graduate school. And then we have the, so it's just a comprehensive institution and entity that makes it relevant and makes it significant.
What is one thing that you're proud of the Southern University system for?
I think I'm proud of its alumni, not only around this state and this nation, but around the world, that are doing excellent jobs in various areas and making a great contribution to humankind.
It's very hard to pick just one thing, but if I had to say one thing, it would have to be just the impact that it makes on students' lives, the impact that it makes on the state, whether it be the economic impact, the business and the impact that it has on business and industry in terms of helping create new business. Just everything that Southern is, I would say, if I had to choose one word, it would be impactful.
I'm most proud of Southern University preparing me to be able to address a diverse world, the cultures that I've had the opportunity to participate with, to be able to assimilate in those cultures, to be able to offer the skills and the abilities that I've acquired, developed there.
Well, and I have to go back to Katrina. The campus was truly devastated, and we are really on the rebound right now. We have buildings that are coming. We, since Katrina, established what we call our North Campus, where we have 3 new buildings on that campus, which includes housing. And housing for us was a first. Prior to the spring of 2010, we were a 100% commuter campus. But since 2010, we have included housing on our campus. So I'm proud that we are a campus that has shown resilience, and we are indeed back on the map.
Oh, wow, that's so many things. The list could go on and on. But I would have to say maybe one key highlight, of course, is the Southern University at Shreveport campus. We are a 2-year institution. We're 47 years old, we're 47 years young, but we have really just expanded our reach in Northwest Louisiana. And I think our programs are just some of the highlight of the community. And we can see that from our partnerships from so many business and industry leaders. And so I would say I'm most proud of our campus, the Southern University at Shreveport campus.
I guess it would be that in spite of all the things, the blocks, the barricades that have come against Southern University over the years since its inception is 100 years, I would have to say that I'm proudest that it has persevered, it has grown, and it's still a college of excellence in spite of all the attempts and the things that have been done to strike it down.
I think it's the way that the Ag Center is being maintained with the leadership and with the enthusiasm that the employees have. You know, we have a unique system with the Ag Center. It's not a tight down supervisory kind of working relationship, but everyone knows what they're supposed to do, and the chancellor expects that to be done. So it really makes the working atmosphere really a brilliant one. It was really nice.
The number of graduates that we have across the country and throughout the world that impact lives of all people. From the military, where we have 10 U.S. generals, we have CEOs of corporations and small businesses, we have engineers, and we have doctors and educators around the world. And so Southern University is known for that. Our nursing program is well known nationwide. as well as engineering. And so that's the most, I guess, important thing that we do that has an impact on this state and on this nation.
The number one thing I'm proud of is the type, quality, diversity of the students that graduate from Southern University Agriculture and Mechanical College. And I also want to say that too, because people forget that we're in agriculture and mechanical too. But the diversity, the student body, and where we pull from all around the state, the nation, and the world, and the quality of students that come out of Southern University, those people that are all over the place in Fortune 500 companies, largest doctors, and all over the country that make it great citizens, not only of the state of university, but of the nation and the world.
I think the biggest challenge is to ensure that we're addressing the workforce needs of the community. You know, we've always just been a beacon of light for so many that have, of the underserved that have tried to get an education. So now I think our challenge is to make sure that we're getting with legislators and working with the business community to ensure that we are addressing the workforce needs.
Right now, what we're trying to do is engage our constituents, which includes our alumni, the business community, and kind of sharing with them some of the problems that we're currently having right now. Some of those challenges are a declining enrollment right now, and so we want to be more competitive, and so we're offering a really robust scholarship program to work against that as well.
I think that part of our challenge is to remain relevant as a historically black college and university, competing now not only regionally or locally, but competing internationally, especially with the coming on of the online courses and all. I think that's going to be a great challenge for us to get it up and running so that we can compete globally in the higher education area.
I would say that budget is truly the major problem, particularly within the Southern University system. We have received so many budget cuts consistently through the years. But for our campus, one of our challenges is admission, recruiting, and retention. And retention is a major problem for us. And we are working on trying to improve our retention. We have a number of strategies in place that trying to make sure that retention is at the forefront of what we do on our campus. And we're always looking for new ways to retain students. We know that once we have students with us for 4 to 5 years, that they are sure to graduate. And we hope that they will become the productive citizens that we intended them to be when they came to us.
One of the things that we're looking at now is that we have a low giving rate in terms of alumni support, and so we're working diligently to try and increase that. Those numbers can increase easily just by communication. In fact, we're doing that now. We're reaching out to alumni around the country through direct mail, but also personal visits and phone calls to talk to them about increasing that alumni giving rate. And that's a challenge, and that's a challenge at every institution of higher education.
I think one of the things is funding. I think that's always the number one thing that that you need in order to make sure that you're able to put out a great product. And when I look at the funding, that there has been some cuts in the last several years, but we're hoping that this year that we'll be able to plug some of those holes. We're hoping at the end of the day that we may be able to continue to give you all the funds so you will be able to have the tools and the resources that you need in order to continue to provide the greatest service that you can to the students that attend our Southern University system.
Just recruiting. You know, we're going out and trying to make sure that we provide quality access to all students around the state, around the country for that matter, but also to make sure that we also can lure the best and the brightest students to make sure that we produce a quality Southern product.
I think the biggest challenge of the university system faces is it's always about relevance, because as we look at the statistics in America, we look at the statistics in Louisiana, we constantly see that people are in poverty. We see our children are not being achieving at the level we want them to achieve. We see obesity is running rapid. So we have many problems in Louisiana. So the university's biggest challenge is how to garner resources, how to put together programs to ensure that those citizens receive the services and the education they need in order to be a prosperous state and a prosperous part of this great country that we live in.
The budget is a primary thing that we face. You can't get away from that. And as you work through issues of enrollment, the challenges of a declining high school graduate population, increased admission standards, but everything is basically tied to the budget when you get to it. We're looking at academic reorganization. We know that we have to operate more efficiently. At the same time, we have challenges that not only are in the operating budget, but in deferred maintenance and in the equipment that we have. All of those things really impact what we're facing.
We had over all of our 11 camp buildings underwater. We've tried to renovate many of the buildings, and after 9 years, I'm pleased to say that in a couple of months, we should start getting our buildings back completely renovated.
Budget cuts. Budget cuts. Budget cuts and using that over and over, because that's the number one thing, because you want to produce for your students so your students can produce and they go and further their academic future so they can go out there and get those great jobs that are out there that even the state of Louisiana and other places have to offer. So that's always a concern, is budget cuts, because you have to pull back on what you want to do, see how you're going to do it, and then it's also still difficult to make those plans, but I see a great future for Southern University, even when it's budget. We have been known to make things work with a small amount of money, but money could help.
What would you like to see happen today in the House room?
What I'd like to see, one, is to be a great appreciation for Southern University system. I'm partial. I'm a graduate of Southern University at New Orleans, and so, of course, that'll be my primary function here. But to make sure that the members of the House of Representatives and Louisiana Senate understand what a vital role that the Southern University system plays to the city, state, and the nation.
We just actually came out of a meeting talking about the budgetary needs of Southern, so we look at the budgetary needs of Southern. We also look at other requests. Some things are non-budgetary, some things are what should be codified in legislation to protect our higher education institutions, and especially Southern University. And so that's what we're fighting for this year.
There are a number of bills that will be coming before us, but our efforts with the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus and my representing Shreveport, we want to make sure that we're doing everything that we can do to give you all the funding that you need, so you all will be able to pass that on through the university to the students, to be able to give them those services that they need in order to leave there with a diploma.
I think it's important that as we think through this session and think why we're here, that we keep in mind that I think we have to reframe the question. The question is really about, if America wants to be great and Louisiana want to be a great contributor to this great America, then we must begin to look at higher education as an investment. Any business that looks at business and wants to move to the next level is willing to invest in new infrastructure and new opportunities, and we must begin to look at higher education in those same veins. And so I hope that this begins to have recouch the conversation and move the agenda forward.
We've been, from the beginning of time, tasked with doing more with less. So we have done everything in our power to adjust to the new budget realities, to adapt to the resources that have been made available, and just try to budget strategically to make sure that the most important priorities are addressed, and that at the end of the day that we maintain academic excellence in all that we do.
Of course, I would like to see the budgetary needs of Southern University met. Bottom line, it's a great institution. It educates those who normally sometimes wouldn't be educated, and also offers a wonderful law school education. I received my law degree from there, so I want to make sure that happens. I want to make sure that all of the funds that are currently not protected are protected in a budget concerning all universities. And I just like to see the students have a good time, the administration have a good time, but mostly that members of the legislature get to see our support for Southern and why it's so important to this state.
How exactly has Southern impacted your life?
Oh my goodness, I don't know where to begin. Of course, as a student going through Southern, both my parents are also Southern alums. Just being there, getting a wonderful education through as a bachelor's graduate, as a master's graduate, as well as a doctoral graduate as well. Those were all very, very, very valuable assets to me in my life and my career. Of course, Southern, of course, has a wonderful, nurturing environment. Many of the professors there that I still keep in contact with, and just again, everything that I am is because of Southern.
I am a graduate of Southern University. I came to Southern University in 1960 and graduated in 1964. And at that time, we were only one campus But since then, we've grown to a system with several campuses all around. And so I was there as a student, went off, I married a military man, traveled around the world, and in 1984 we returned.
Southern University taught me how to think, and I've been able to apply those capabilities into several dimensions, and I've been able to offer something that could be used by many, and I've enjoyed a very good quality of life, and I've enjoyed my experiences at Southern with the youth that I've met, the young adults that I've met, and the people that they've grown into and that I meet on a daily basis, that I've had a chance to really do something special in their lives.
I was hired on as a mathematics teacher in the Department of Mathematics at Southern University. That's where I started. Then in '97, I interviewed for a job to be assistant to the dean for the College of Engineering, and that's where I am to this day. So just recently, I celebrated 30 years of service at Southern University, and it's been joyful, rewarding, and I just love it.
I'm a graduate, number one. I finished in 1995, and we have a large network of alumni, friends, and supporters, and we always stay connected, right? And Southern does a really good job of making sure that their alums and their friends have the opportunities to advance in their careers.
In a few days, the Chancellor is going to bring back our class, the class of 1964, to celebrate our 50th anniversary since graduating from Southern University. We'll be recognized at graduation as the 50th graduation celebration. Also, our class is presenting a scholarship in the name of the class of 1964. This will be presented to Chancellor James Lorenz on Thursday night at the reception. So each of us are given $100 for 100 years. Some are given more, but we're really pleased to be able to do that to help students who are following our footsteps. We deem it an honor and a privilege to have this opportunity to be alive, and we thank God that we'll be able to all attend. We're looking to have at least 50 of us there.
What would you say to prospective students to help get Southern's main message across?
I would say prospective students, don't miss your blessing. Don't miss the opportunity to consider a wonderful opportunity in visiting Southern University. Don't just stay on the website. Come and see the culture of the university, Southern University. Come see this system on the Bluff in New Orleans, in Sudbury, in Shreveport. Look at the Law Center that's going around the world, but come into an undergraduate situation and see the students that we have here who are coming from meager beginnings, from very cultured beginnings, and they are blossoming and they are taking on the world. Come to a place where you can realize your dreams, and people will be there to nurture you. You won't be a number, you will be an individual. People will care about you, people will help you grow.
I'd like to say to students, prospective students who are looking at a college, to consider Southern. Look at the programs, look at what's out there, look at what we have to offer, look at the social events, look at the academic possibilities we have, and give Southern an opportunity to at least showcase its offerings to you.
Anyone who is interested in attending Southern University at New Orleans, they could visit our website, www.suno.edu, and seek additional information. We're always looking to expand our student base. We have always been a global student body, and the internet, of course, has helped us to expand that even further. So come to Southern University at New Orleans, where we dream, commit, and we do succeed.
I just want to thank Southern for coming on board and always being very helpful to the Legislative Black Caucus during session.
I certainly want to commend the Southern University system for all their hard work and all their efforts and the great things that they do here in the state of Louisiana, and just say to them, continue to keep up the good work that you are doing, because our students are dependent on them, and we as parents and grandparents are dependent on them as well. And I just want to say hats off to them and to President Mason, and just say continue to keep up the great work that you're doing.
I just appreciate all the things that the legislators and the senators are doing, and we just hope that they keep Southern in mind when they start slicing the pie.
Definitely know that our university has done very well with impacting the lives of people not just here in the state but all over the country. We've cultivated some great leaders, and I am so proud to be a part of the Jaguar Nation.
Stay true blue.
Go Southern, dear Southern.
Go Jags.